Alright folks, what is up? This is One Big Bugga and I am coming at you with Euro Truck Simulator 2. We're just continuing on and we have our delivery still, which we're hauling our first ADR trailer. We just finished our crossing, right? I actually got a slight bit of too much volume in my ears for once. Alright, so currently I am not playing the most current version of Euro Truck. The most current version is 1.21. I've had to back that down to 1.20.1 because Poland rebuilding is incompatible with oh, here we go. Unending traffic bug. Come on. Yeah, there we go. I got it now. I hate when the game does that. It just throws car after car after car after car after car. Just endlessly spawns them. I've sat for 10 minutes waiting for that shit to end. And it just didn't. But anyways, as I was going to say, I've had to back it down because Poland rebuilding is incompatible with 1.21. So I'm not playing the most current version right now. Until Poland rebuilding comes out with what I'm going to assume is 1.978 or 98, 1.98 rather, instead of 1.97. Hopefully. Hopefully. So I'm a little upset about something. Recently, along with the new patch that SCS has put out, they've also put out cabin accessories. You can hang flags, put a cooler, hula girl, a couple other things in your cabin. I went and I just looked for the hell of it, and this DLC is $4. Yeah. Oh, excuse me, it's $3.59 right now instead of $3.99. Awesome discount, by the way. I can't wait for you. Pardon me. But yeah. And the only thing I could do is sit there and go, wow. Really? You know, you guys charge very little money for some really awesome paint jobs, some of the best things I've ever seen. Even though I never actually got them because, well, I'm either using trucks that can't use those paint jobs, like this Freightliner, or, you know, just for the fact that you can get some pretty awesome free ones in mods that people do. Let's see, you're just gonna cut my ass off. You know, but fine, whatever. It's K. I still love SCS. I still buy their expansions. I'm still buying American Truck Simulator and all that. No big deal. But $4 to add a few accessories to my truck? I don't know. To me, that just feels steep. You know, I try and also go with the fact that I could be jaded in terms of DLC, and this could be completely fair. But I guess what it really boils down to is your own opinion. So as I go over this a little bit, keep in mind this is just my opinion and how I feel about it. And I do acknowledge the fact that I may have a jaded view of this and DLC and buying premium content and whatnot. Well, a lot of people in this game use trucks that are modified into the game, yeah? I'm using a Freightliner. Other people use other American trucks, other European trucks, and all that, you know? And that's all fine and dandy and everything, but the thing about the accessory pack is it won't work in these kinds of trucks. It shouldn't be compatible. Maybe you can get a couple things to look right, but for the most part, it's going to be wrong. So it's kind of doubtful that you'll be able to use it. And again, I don't know. Just charging $4 for a Hula Girl, a GPS you can hang on your windshield, some flags, a cooler, and whatever else. You know, that's cheap compared to a lot of DLC. I mean, there's a lot of companies out there that handled it far, far worse than this. But still, to me, even though it's cheap compared to other companies, I still kind of feel like it's expensive for what it is. If you would charge me $2, and I know that I'm hemming and hawing over $2, but hey, on my budget right now, $2 is a lot of money. I want my $2. If you don't know that reference, it's all right. It's an older movie, considerably older movie. Funny, but older movie. But yeah, honestly, seriously, all joking aside, $2 can be a lot of money to a lot of people. It can mean a big difference between being able to get something and not being able to get something. Having enough gas money to go somewhere and not having to get enough gas money to go somewhere. Jeez, that scared me. I thought he was just going to come right into me, sideswipe my ass. Because it's not like I'm hauling dangerous chemicals or anything. Sorry. Okay, but anyways, all that aside, excuse me, for some reason I'm still a little tired. All that aside and whatnot, I personally just feel like it's a little too much for what it is. And my jadedness could come from the fact that DLC has been very disappointing over a lot of genres, over a lot of game boards, over a lot of stuff. I mean, what do we got? 80? Alright. Alright, so I slowed down to less than 80. Wow, are we heading to night again? Yes, we are. Lights on. Whoop. Okay. So, anyways, one particular thing I'm going to pick on right now is one that I'm currently doing, and that's World of Warships. And I know I had a lot of plans I wanted to do for them, but I'm not playing that much right now anymore because of everything I'm doing in Second Life. So that's kind of fallen to the wayside a little bit, a lot of bit, a whole lot of bit. But here's the reality: Wargaming is doing this thing now. When they release a new premium ship for you to buy, they don't just release the premium ship for you to buy. They release the premium ship, but they bundle ship, not t. They release the premium ship with bundled in doubloons or premium money that you can use to do things in the game, with flags that help give you various bonuses, and with premium game time. And what this does is this allows them to basically jack up the price for stuff that's already included in the game. So they don't have to do any extra work. They don't have to do any extra work. They don't have to put in any extra time or any extra effort to jack up the price of the ship they're selling. You know, they'll bundle in like 50 flags. They'll bundle in 1,500 or 2,000 doubloons, which is actually a considerable amount of money if you buy it separately, by the way. And they'll bundle in seven days of premium account. to buy this ship. And most recently, the ship is the Tier 7 battleship, the German battleship, the Tirpitz. And and the sad part is a lot of people with money to burn, because I don't. This ship is 70 or 80 bucks. 70 or 80 bucks for a digital ship, mind you. A digital ship. 70 to 80 dollars. It is more expensive than a fucking premium AAA game. By far. And you're buying one single thing that you're going to use in one single game. This is what's kind of de-shined me from World of Warships a little bit. I was okay with some of the more expensive premium ships they have, like the Atlanta and whatnot, that were like $30. Okay, yeah, fine. I can actually see that somewhat. But 60, 70, $80? And a fair portion of that price comes from being overinflated. Oh, I was supposed to go down that side, I think. Oh well. GPS has already found me a new route. Whoa. That was trippy. But, yeah, a lot of that price comes from the premium game time, the flags, and the doubloons. That could easily be inflating the price by $15, $20 for shit a lot of people don't need or don't want. I don't need the flags. I get more flags than I use. I hardly ever use flags, mainly because I forget about them, and they don't give me all that great of a difference in many cases. One particular flag I have 130 of. I don't need more. Doubloons? If I want doubloons, I'll buy doubloons from you. If I want to retrain my captain, if I want to save my modules, anything like that, I'll buy my doubloons from you. Separately. Premium game time? If I want premium game time in your game, I will buy premium game time in your game. Don't try and force it on me because I want to buy another ship of yours. What you've effectively done is stop me from buying that ship. I mean, I'm going to give Wargame credit in this, and this is kind of what I've said about a lot of things. And this is just, straight up talk right here, okay? Wargames is making money. There's no doubt, okay? There's no doubt Wargames is making money. A ton of money. And I'm sure that their sales figures for everything that they have and everything they're doing in their current showing looks wonderful. Because if it wasn't, they wouldn't be doing it. Yeah? Simple. A lot of people said, well, I'm sure their market analysis. Here's the thing about, like, market analysis and crunching the numbers, okay? Market analysis and crunching the numbers can only go on the effective data that you have, not the effective data that could be. All the sales that you have right now, all of the money and everything you're doing, does not reflect the people who are not buying. Now, I know how this is probably going to be remedied, but honestly, it's a really sucky practice that a lot of games and a lot of developers do to gouge out as much money as possible. And that's business, okay? Straight up, that's business. But I've already proven how much more loyal people can be when you do business with good faith in your heart. And that is through the makers of Witcher 3 and everything they've done for Witcher 3. Yeah? Honestly, look how loyal Witcher 3 fans are. Look at how fast Witcher 3 sold. You know, I don't think it's as good an example, but it's pretty close. Let's take a look at Rockstar. Let's take a look at GTA 5, GTA 4, GTA 3, Vice City, San Andreas. How many copies of these sold? How many things of them have sold? How about, even though you haven't brought it to PC ever, Rockstar, Red Dead Redemption? Yeah, what about that? How many copies, how many games, how much praise have these games gotten? Because Rockstar has been always known to put out good games, to keep their word, to listen to their people, and to, well, I don't know about, you know, keep their word, you know, for the most part. You know, but to fix problems, to take care of the customers, to try and be upfront, forward, and honest with you. And everything like that, yeah? Just, Rockstar's proven to be a company that you can put faith in and trust in. Now, when you're dealing with a free-to-play model, having that faith and trust can be really difficult. Because having a free-to-play model, your only source of income comes from what people buy in the game or for the game. But again, one of the more successful things about this, of course, is what I consider the most successful free-to-play game ever created, League of Legends. Over time, League of Legends, yes, have changed. Their champions upon release tend to be a little bit more expensive now. The skins that they put out tend to be, they put out more expensive skins than the more average skins that they used to put out. In terms of price, that is. And, you know, they have changed and they have increased their prices and whatnot, but look at what they've done. The skins cost more because the quality of those skins has gone up tremendously that they release. They have tiers of skins now. They're just not recolors and new pretty particles over the same voiceovers. Alright, they're doing a far more epic skins with full voiceovers, full new looks, particle effects, the whole 9 yards. They're doing, I don't know what to call them. I'm just, instead of, you know, a step below epic, I'm just going to call it premium skins. But these premium skins that they put out have new, you know, they still use the same voiceover, but they have new looks, new particle effects, new animations. You know, then they have their more basic skins, which are just really high quality skins. You may have a little bit of new particle effects, you may have a little bit of new sound effects, but for the most part, everything else is the same. The animations, the voiceovers, all that. Then you have the basic skins, which are just new looks, no new particles, no new animations, no new voiceovers or anything like that. And those get released for below the average skin cost. And what is the average skin cost? Well, it used to be 975 RP. Now it's, the average tends to be more to the 1350 range. But they still release skins that are as low as 750. So there's a whole thing there about how you can do the free-to-play model well. Maybe not perfect, maybe not the best example, but the most popular example by far. You know, Rockstar struck gold. Not Rockstar, Riot struck gold with that. Rockstar is an example of how to do a game really well in terms of a AAA title and still being able to put out DLC. And still be able to do things and be able to charge for other things, but not overcharge and be stupid. And The Witcher 3, and I'm sorry I keep forgetting the creator's name, the name of the studio, but The Witcher 3, man, I mean, come on, there's no better example. There's absolutely no better example than that. And that's why people are so loyal. That's why The Witcher 3 sold so well. That's why Rockstar's Grand Theft Auto 5 was the highest selling game pretty much ever. For wargaming to do what they're doing, it's just obvious. It's just blatant price gouging. Man, I love World of Warships. I think it's beautiful. It's fun to play. I have a passion that cannot be explained in any reasonable fashion for big warships. I'm not too keen on destroyers. Cruisers I kind of like a lot, but battleships, man, I've always loved battleships. When I was younger, Ronald Reagan was president, and he recommissioned battleships after they had been... Oops, sorry, I moved my mouse a little bit. He had recommissioned battleships after they had been mothballed. And he had many of them refitted and brought up to date with you know, missiles and new radar and sonar and all that, and put them back into service because he was a battleship enthusiast as well. He loved battleships as much as the next guy. Man, that is a very bright bus you have there. Do you even need headlights? Anyways. But yeah. Making sure I have room to move over. And growing up, I actually wanted to serve in the Navy. I wanted to serve in the Navy, and I wanted to serve on a battleship. I loved battleships that much. And when battleships were again decommissioned, you know, and mothballed and turned into museums, I figured, well, fuck it, I'll serve on a submarine instead. Because I don't like aircraft carriers. It's a personal grudge because aircraft carriers are the reason we don't have battleships anymore. But seriously, no, I loved battleships. I wanted to serve on one. Unfortunately, I was just a little too big, weight-wise, to get into the Navy. I would have had to lose some weight, and I wasn't overly motivated to do so. And I don't know how well I would have done in the military anyways. I don't know if I had the right attitude for it. I was eager to go. I wanted to, but it just never panned out. So there is that, you know, and I don't know what else to say on it other than that. But that's completely off subject to what I was talking about anyways. But, you know, I love World of Warships. I love wargaming. I love everything about it, except for the price of their premium stuff. And now that they've gotten into this habit of bundling a bunch of shit, temporary digital shit that they don't have to make, that's already in the game, that you could buy separately if you want it, and forcing you to buy this unwanted, unneeded shit in most occasions, just so that you can have a ship that you might want, just so that they can jack up the price another $20, is just wrong. It's price gouging, period. All I want is the ship and a port slot to put it in. That's it. That's it. So I don't know. But, oh, I was mentioning market data earlier. Yeah, market data only goes on what you have, not what you don't. And I'm sure that Wargame has raked in money hand over fist with this Turpit sale. I really do. People that have money to burn that are willing to buy it. And I know why they did it. Charge it as much as you can for the people who are willing to do it. Then you slowly drop down what comes with it until you only have the ship and a port slot. And then you drop it down even further. You start putting it on sale and more people buy it as the price gets lower and lower. So basically, you charge the maximum amount of what you can for the ship with all this extra shit, and then you slowly just bleed the price down little bit by little bit to allow people access to it more and more that either don't want this shit like me or can't afford the shit like me. And I understand that practice, but it's still wrong, man. Your sales could honestly explode, I think, overall, if you just sell the damn ship itself. You know, there are a lot of people out there that aren't buying the turpits because of what it is, and there are a lot of people out there that could buy the turpits when the price comes down, when it gets unbundled, when it gets unbundled, when the price comes down, when it goes on sale, however many years that may take. There are a lot of people out there that could buy it that won't because of the way it's going. They'll have either quit or they'll just like, nah. And you lose those sales. And the thing about it is you'll never know that you've lost those sales because you can't add to your market data people who didn't buy it. A lot of people say, well, yes, you can. You can go by your subscriber, you know, the number of people that play, the number of people that have downloaded the game or this and that. No, those numbers are skewed to hell. They really are. Because there's people like me who play very little now. There are other people who don't play at all, but they still have an account. There are people who have multiple accounts because they have accounts where they go trolling and team kill, and they have their serious account where they actually play and try hard. Things like that. So those numbers are really skewed. It's kind of like saying World of Warcraft has, I don't know, how many subscribers does it have right now? 7 million, 8 million? Yeah, that number's skewed. Because there are plenty of people out there who have multiple accounts and pay for multiple accounts. You know, and that was proven plenty of times. I remember seeing one multi-boxer did 4 troll shamans and had them all running on multiple command programs. You know, that was 4 accounts for one person, and there are a lot of people who have multiple accounts in the game like that. That's just how it is. Even my wife had 2 separate accounts. Even I had 2 separate accounts because I started a new one and started over. And then I just transferred whatever I wanted from my old account to my new account. I don't remember why I did that. I just did it. You know, and that's just how it is. You don't actually have that many subscribers. You maybe have that many accounts, but not that many subscribers. And it's the same for League of Legends too. Frack, I think I've got 30, 40 League of Legends accounts because I kept making new accounts, and I was quite honestly cheating the referral system. Referral system, if you get so many referrals, you would get a reward. Yeah, well, I was referring myself. And this was at a time you didn't need to actually verify your email. You didn't need to verify your email. So you could just put in a fake email. Nothing would be sent to you. Take your account, play it to level 5, get the reward. Pretty simple. So, you know, market numbers, account numbers, and all things like that can easily be skewed. I know that a lot of what I'm saying is just a personal rant. I know a lot of what I'm saying, you know, I'm just raging, basically. And on top of that, I've already said how Wargaming is probably going to actually do it. And that is by slowly lowering the price little by little and unbundling it as the price drop, as the sales drop, to grant access to more people. You know, you want to boost sales, put it on sale. You want to boost other things, then do other, you know, then unbundle it to help boost its sales, things like that. I know that's what's going to happen. I know how this business model works, but to me, it's an unfaithful business model, and it's a price gouging business model. And I gave examples of a good free-to-play business model in League of Legends. I gave examples of a good setup in what the hell is it? Grand Theft Auto 5, The Witcher 3. I'm sorry, my mind's like completely trying to shut down right now, and I'm not exactly sure why. So, yeah, you know, there are better examples of things out there. Things have been done better. Things have been gone over better. And if you display that faith with your customers, if you practice your business in goodwill instead of just trying to practice your business in good greed, then the fans will love you for it. It's really that simple, and your customers will remain loyal to you. As you have things set up right now, you're only going to keep a very small, tight, core set of players. And that's it. The more casual player is going to look at this and go, man, fuck that. And even somebody as diehard as me in terms of loving the ships and playing the game is looking at it going, man, fuck that. I have more interesting and more fun things to do that's not going to cost me a minor fortune in terms of what I can afford. It's just that simple. But sadly, whatever examples we have coming along, whatever companies are going to be insanely successful because of the business model that they practice, really just isn't going to carry over to the companies that don't ever, because they're not going to see it. They only see numbers and dollar signs and graphs and all that. They don't look out to other companies and go, hey, whoa, you know, these guys may be onto something. Well, it's just, how much did we make last quarter? Okay, jack the price up this high and see what happens. Jack the price up this high, see what happens. Alright, let's cut out this part of the game and sell it as DLC and see what the fans do. You know, that's really how it comes out. They keep pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing the bar. And even though it may cause a lot of controversy, even though it may cause a lot of issues and problems, and you know, a lot of people may rage about it, there's still, as long as there's more people that actually continue to buy into it, as long as there's more people who actually continue to get into it, as long as there are actually more people who just basically shut up and take my money, and that profit margin moves up even just 0.5%, then they're going to continue doing it. And they're going to try and push the next level, and they're going to try and push the next level. And we've seen examples of this. We've seen examples of companies testing their limits about what they can and cannot do. We've seen examples of companies testing the limits on what they can cut and what they can charge and how far they can push people. Well, it looks like it's time to rest. And I don't think the timing could be much better. As we are at a toll booth with a rest stop. How much further do I'm just curious how much further we have. Oh yeah, we got about 600 kilometers still. That's another episode. No problem. Alright. I just want to do something real quick here. I just want to pop out and take a look at the truck. I know that we're probably going to get our view blocked sitting like this. Ah, that just looks cool. I-beams. Orbitals. I'm sorry. This truck just looks awesome. It does. Yeah. Alright. Ah! No. 1. Okay. I always forget to shut... Well, not always forget, but often forget to shut the truck down. But there we go. Shh. I love that. Hi, Bella. Yes, yes, yes. Probably wanting to go outside. I don't know if it's actually time yet or not. I have to look. I took them out about 10 o'clock, so 12 o'clock, roughly. Anyways, that's not what I'm here to talk about. I hope you folks have enjoyed watching this episode as much as I've been enjoying bringing it to you. Until next time, this is going to be One Big Bugga. I'm going to be signing out, and I'll see you next time.